Honorable Chairperson and members, before you is Lieutenant Colonel Mathews Nyirenda, aircraft engineer, retired. Thank you, Honorable Chairperson.
Lieutenant Colonel Nyirenda, you may have your seat. Lieutenant Colonel, you're most welcome to this inquiry, which is being conducted by the Parliamentary Ad Hoc Committee investigating the plane crash that took place in Ntungwa on 10th June 2024 and led to the loss of lives of the former Vice President, Dr. Klaus Chilima, and 8 others. Settle down, relax. We just want to interface with you and learn from you as well. On my right-hand side are members of the Ad Hoc Committee. We may not have time to introduce them now formally, but when they're asking questions, they'll be introducing themselves. On my left-hand side are members of the Secretariat, and I am the Chairman, Walter Nyamelando Manda, a member of Nsanje Southwest. We are live, Lieutenant Colonel, on Parliamentary TV, on YouTube, and on Facebook, and other media houses. But before we progress further, I want to inquire from you, what language are you comfortable with?
With all languages. English, Chichewa, or Tumbuka.
Okay, we will confine ourselves to English and Chichewa for now, because we don't have an interpreter for Tumbuka.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Lieutenant Colonel, you served as an engineer at Zomba Airbase at the time of the crash. Am I correct?
Chair, that is not correct. When the crash was happening, I was in retirement.
So we need to correct this fact from the outset. So
yes, Chair, you have to correct that one. Thank you.
When did you retire?
I retired on 31st July 2017.
Thank you very much, Lieutenant Colonel, for correcting the records. So we are treating you as an expert witness. Just to clarify, we're treating you as an expert witness, not as a witness that was directly involved in handling the aircraft.
That is correct, Chair.
I appreciate your cooperation to give us more information on the technical conditions and maintenance history of this aircraft. But before you volunteer that information, we will require you to take an oath. May I request the Secretariat to administer the oath?
I, Mathews Nyirenda,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
by the Almighty God
that
the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
So help me God.
Lieutenant Colonel Nyirenda, we are privileged that you have appeared before us. Now, we want to learn from you on what you know on the maintenance of this aircraft, its technical specifications, anything else that you know. We'll appreciate you sharing that information with us. The floor is yours for you to commence your presentation. I've seen you have given us a presentation. You can read it through or talk it through. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair and Honorable Members of Parliament. I think I do not have much to share with you. I was recruited, or in other words, some people say enlisted in the Malawi Army, which is now called the Malawi Defense Force. On 9th November 1979. I trained in Germany as an aircraft technician, specializing in airframe and engines. If you need clarification on that one, you can ask me later on what's the difference. I retired in July, as I said, 2017. The purpose of appearing before you, the committee, is that you summoned me to testify on the following. Testify on maintenance records, inspection records, defects reporting, technical certifications, and the airworthiness assessments. Chair, as I said, I'm in retirement, therefore I'm not in the position to provide information on the activities before the departure of the aircraft, Tango 03, on 10th or 9th of June. But from my training and my experience, the following requirements should be met. On the maintenance records, I can confirm, Chair, that each aircraft does have its own maintenance file. On the inspection records, that also I can affirm each and every aircraft has got its own inspection file. Then you also requested me to comment on defects reporting. On defects, primarily the defects are reported by the pilots. What they experience in flight, they come and tell us on the ground. So if there is any defective equipment on the aircraft, they will write it down in the aircraft logbook, and it's for the technician who is on duty at that time to see if he can rectify that defect. If it's too much for him or if it's too big for him, then he must call for a higher qualified technician so that they discuss on the way forward. I can also confirm that each and every defect has to be cleared before the next flight. Technical certifications in the Malawi Air Force and with any other aircraft operator. there is a section which is duly mandated to deal with maintenance of the aircraft. Maintenance is wide. There are times when you have to just service the aircraft. You say just service items, but there are times when you really have to do some technical jobs like dismantling and assembling. So in this setup, normally there is a section which we call quality control, or some people call it the inspector's department. These are the people who are specifically trained on this aircraft or on these machines to see if what the report says is or has got any impact on the safe operation of the aircraft. These considerations, normally you have to consider all the aviation bodies. So far I know about ICAO, which is the International Civil Aviation Organization, a Civil Aviation Authority from the UK, Federal Aviation Authority from America, and EASA, which is the European Airspace Agency. Airworthiness assessments. These are done every time prior to every flight by the pilots as well as the technicians. The technical department, there is what they call the flight line department, which must prepare the aircraft for the flight. If they are satisfied, then the pilots take over. They also do their walk around, which is also called pre-flight. And if they are satisfied, they will accept the aircraft. If they are not satisfied, they will decline to take the aircraft. The pilots and the technical crew, they compare notes for each and every defect that is reported and what rectifications can be done. And if it cannot be done, then the defect is deferred. We call it deferred. When you say deferred, it means you have considered all aspects of the defect, how it is impacting on the safety or the safe operation of the aircraft, and also it conforms to the pilot's operating handbook, and also at the technical section they have to look at the minimum equipment list on the aircraft or for the aircraft. So each and every aircraft has got its own minimum equipment list. Thank you, Chair. I submit.
Zomba, Lieutenant Colonel, mwatifotokozera mmene magwirira ntchito zimene mukuziwa kuti ndege mazipanga maintain bwanji, marecords makhala bwanji, mazipanga service bwanji. Ife ndife othokoza ndingofunsa ngati ma members ayini mafunso ena. Mulanje North.
Thank you very much, Chair. I only have one question. I thank you so much for the presentation. there is just want to find out from you, at the time you were in service, where you, in an incident where you've taken a part, a reused part from one plane to another. I think it is commonly known as cannibalism. What were your recommendations in terms of using that plane to, using that plane after you've put a reused part, in terms of advice? What were your recommendations in an event that you've replaced a reused part in a plane, and what were the recommendations you would make at that time? Thank you.
Through the chair, Honorable, normally cannibalizing is not allowed when you are maintaining an aircraft, unless the waste comes to the waste. And if operational circumstances require you to take another part from another aircraft, but it's not recommended. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. What I just wanted to find out, what are the dangers of cannibalism? You as an engineer, what danger would using a reused part taken from another plane to another in your industry? Thank you.
This is what I'm saying, that in my industry, taking a part from another machine into another machine is not recommended. But what I can say here is that it gives you a false sense of complacency. You cannot feel the real urge to maintain the other machine. Because once you say, okay, there's a problem here, you say, we'll get another part from that aircraft. But you are just making things worse. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you so much.
The Kulubira, my members, Airbase Mafonso, Mwanza Central.
Limozi lomaliza chair pepani. Opaja chitumbuka mwale site. Ndiyankhula chichewa. Colonel mafuna ndingofunsa. Awanafunsa funso lonena kuti is cannibalism accepted mwanena kuti ayi. Ndiye ngati patakhala kuti papezeka spare part yokuti ndi yakale kapena tine kuti mukufuna kukonza ndege komano chitsulo chimene mukupeza ndi chakale ndikuyikirapo mu nthawi yanu, zimenezo zimaloledwa, osati mwachotsa chabwino pa ndege ina yomwe muli nayo koma kapena mwakupeza kwina kwake chitsulo cha second hand chokuti chidagwiritsidwapo kale ku ndege ina kapena zoterozo ndi mwina zololedwa.
Honorable, I didn't say that you cannot take another part from another aircraft. And I didn't say that you cannot take a part from which was, I mean, when you say a part that was used, you mean a part that was discarded or is still on the aircraft?
Mwina inali pa ndege ina ndi mukuichotsa nkuyikira ngati mete machitira galimoto nthawi zina kuti mwina galimoto zonzofanana ndiye pa galimoto inayo mwina inaonongeka zinthu zina sikuyenda komano chinthu china chimene tikuchifuna pa galimoto ina chili bwinobwino timatha kuchotsa ndi kukayika pa galimoto ina ichi then maneno tikundege kuso zimenezo zimatha kutheka.
Honorable zimene zozo zimatha kutheka, as long as that part that you are taking complies to the specifications in the maintenance manual. But as I said earlier on, it is not recommended. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much, Chair.
I think Zamvega mafosite naye nawa ino ndo chepa kwambiri. Komanso matsimikiza zimene ena akhala kufotokoza kuti ndege amazipanga maintain bwanji. So process yanu si kusiyana ndimene ena anafotokozera. Cholinga chathu nati titsimikize pakuti niyo munagwira ntchito imene kunthawi yayitali ndinu katswiri ndichikhulupirira nthawi imene ndege imabwera munalipo eti.
Yes, sir.
So
Ndinamva Chair kuti munabwera ku Zomba Airbase. Unfortunately, I was not invited to welcome you. I was in Zomba, but I just heard that you were in Zomba. Thank you.
oh mafuna kuti tukumane kamene panali mawu ena ake amene mukunandiuza kumene koko mudalephera mufuna mayankhule kunoko.
Mr. Chair, I don't think there are any other words that I can say. I think most has been said. Chachikulu mutitandize makamaka on the procurement of my spares here and the running of the aircrafts at the Air Force. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Ndakunyadira kwambiri. Ife timaunyadira ni mapensioners. Kwambiri tikakuona muli ndi moyo chonchi komanso mukutiuza mmene zimakhalira kale. Natho amakhala ndi chidwi nanso azakhale ngati inu. Komanso mmatiphunzitsa enafe kuti ntchito yathu tingagwire bwanji. Ndife odala kuti lero tili limodzi. Ndikhulupirira tsiku lina Army Commander adzakupangani reward ngati long service eti. Nanga simina pension nje data.
Yes, sir.
Komabe long service long service ndiyofunikira zimene mafotokoza panopa ndi zinthu zamtengo wapatali sikuziphwekesa yayi. Mabwera zatolankhulamo masuka komanso taphunzira zambiri. Tizukumana I'm sure kuzomba kuti zakumana ku 4 miles tsiku lina. So MP akuna ngati ndi alande constituency ine ndinayi constituency yanga Nsanje Southwest. Koma ndikufunira zabwino ambuya akhale nanu.
Thank you, Chair.